Namaste and welcome back. The value of patience is a topic which can be spoken about in so many different ways. Let's try and stick to one single line. Patience is a virtue. We all know what that means. Isn't patience a challenge as well? Isn't patience something which we have to try? We have to genuinely try every single day because it is so difficult to be patient. Ask me. I know that. I know you all feel the same way because this isn't something which comes naturally to us, especially because everybody around us is continuously practicing impatience instead of patience. So, patience being a virtue, there are several virtues that we should have, but this is important for us, for our health. Excuses. Now that is something we're really good at. If you say, I try to be patient, but I can't be because, I'm standing in a line and I'm running out of time and I need to get the money out of my ATM. So at that point of time, if somebody says, have some patience or be patient, it can irritate a person to no end. So that is understandable. Let's give another example. How about if you are stuck in a traffic jam? Oh my God, it's happened to all of us. And you have to reach a meeting at say 5 p.m. and it is 4:30 and it's going to take another 30 minutes and you're absolutely sure you're going to be late. You're cooking up excuses in your brain because every time you can't say I was stuck in a traffic jam, because then your boss is going to say please leave earlier in future. So all that stress in your head is going to make you even more impatient. You can't do anything about the traffic jam. You can't manually move the vehicles away. So that's another way, I would call it an excuse, because if you really want to practice something, you need to find a way around it. If there is a situation which asks you to be patient, you need to find a way around it if you feel that you can't go through it. Patience does not mean it is a waiting game. It is not even a question of who blinks first. It is an art that requires meticulous practice with the ready acceptance of the outcome. Just because you are patient does not mean that the end result is going to be exactly what you thought. You need to be real. You need to realize that the fact that you are patient, the fact that you're practicing patience, is something which is good for you, which is going to pay off in the long run. But does that affect your end result? That is something which completely depends on, more on your effort than on your level of patience. It does add to the quality of your personality though. I was walking around the streets one evening and the lights were a little dim. I saw this man with a pushcart, what we call thela in Hindi, with bananas hanging all over the place. Some of them were overly ripe, some of them looked a little raw, and he looked exhausted. So if I had the money, I'd probably have bought the entire cart because I really felt bad for him. But people who are working very hard for a living on the streets, they have a lot of self-respect, so he may just not have accepted it or overpriced everything. Anyway, so I went to buy a couple of them, and I, as usual, decided to chat him up. And when I spoke with him, I think his name was Ramkishan. Yes, it was Ramkishan. I spoke with him and I asked him, how many bananas do you manage to sell in a day? What is your daily turnover like? And he said, well, it depends, where I put my pushcart and where I place it, and if I'm competing with other fruit sellers, then maybe there is more of a competition. That's why I try to stay mobile, because when I move around, invariably someone like you stops and asks for the fruit. My question to him was pertaining to patience. That is why I'm citing the example here. I asked him, but by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, these bananas are going to rot. They'll get spoiled, and nobody wants to spend money to buy, bananas which are spoiled, which are rotten, which you cannot have. Do you know what he said? He said, are you aware that I have gotten into this business with the intention of making money? Now, if I have done this, I must be having a way to circulate the banana. I still don't know how he managed to wake up in the morning and I saw him in the same place with the same kind of bananas, and everything was just the same. But I don't know what he would do with them. As per my knowledge, they are the kind of fruit that rot really easy. But he said, I have to be patient. I don't know who's going to stop and take the fruit, who's going to buy it from me. I don't know if somebody's going to waste 5 minutes of my time and then finally decide that they're overpriced. I try and stay patient. I try and stay calm. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, well, better luck next time. So that's the story about the banana seller and his patience.